The Viking invasions of Europe. Brutality, trade and expansion explained. They came from the sea in dragon-headed ships, pillaging, raiding and terrifying medieval Europe. But the Vikings weren't just brutal warriors. They were traders, explorers and settlers who shaped the course of European history for centuries. Today we dive into the legendary Viking invasions of Europe. What drove them, how they fought, where they went, and the unexpected legacy they left behind. 1. Who were the Vikings? The Vikings were seafaring people from Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden and Denmark. Between roughly 793 and 1066 CE, they launched raids and expeditions across Europe and beyond. The term Viking actually refers more to the act of raiding than to a specific ethnic group. 2. Why did the Viking raids begin? There were several reasons. Overpopulation in Scandinavia, limited farmland, political instability and wealth, especially the easy riches found in European monasteries. Fun fact, the Viking Age began with a single violent raid on Lindisfarne Monastery in 793 CE. 3. Viking longships, the ultimate weapon. The Viking longship was a technological marvel, fast, light and able to navigate both open sea and shallow rivers. These ships gave the Vikings the element of surprise, often attacking deep inland where defenses were weakest. They could land, raid and vanish before a proper army could respond. 4. Where did they go? The Vikings didn't just hit England, they went everywhere. British Isles, sacked towns and founded settlements. France, eventually given Normandy, land of the Northmen. Russia, founded trading posts along river routes to Byzantium, Spain and Italy. Even attacked Muslim cities and monasteries, Iceland, Greenland and North America. Leif Erikson reached North America 500 years before Columbus. 5. The brutality was real. Medieval sources describe terrifying raids, churches burned, monks killed, and villages looted. While some of these accounts were exaggerated, Viking warfare was undeniably ruthless. Beheadings, slavery, and torture were common tools of intimidation and control. 6. But they weren't just raiders. The Vikings also had a complex culture. They were traders, dealing in goods like fur, amber and silver. Settlers, establishing towns in Ireland, England and Normandy. Craftsmen, known for beautiful metalwork, shipbuilding and textiles. Fun fact, many Viking raiders eventually settled in the very lands they attacked. 7. The Danelaw and Viking kingdoms. In England, the Vikings carved out territory called the Danelaw, where Norse law and culture dominated. Cities like York became thriving Viking hubs. They even established kingships, like the Kingdom of Dublin and the Kievan Rus. 8. Viking religion and beliefs. Before converting to Christianity, Vikings followed Norse mythology, worshipping gods like Odin, Thor and Freyr. They believed in Valhalla, where fallen warriors would feast and fight forever. Many raids were even timed with religious festivals and sacrifices to gain favor from the gods. 9. The end of the Viking Age. The Viking Age ended with the rise of centralized kingdoms in Europe with stronger defenses, the conversion of Scandinavia to Christianity, the failed invasion of England in 1066 by Harold Hardrada, defeated at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. That same year, the Normans, descendants of Vikings, conquered England. Chapter: The Viking legacy today. The Vikings left a massive imprint, placed names across England and Scotland, Norse words in English like sky, egg and window, legal and political traditions in places like Iceland, and a mythic image of freedom, toughness and exploration. Fun fact, DNA studies show Viking ancestry across much of Europe, especially in the UK and Ireland. The Viking invasions were more than just a series of brutal raids. They were a cultural tidal wave, reshaping economies, politics, languages and borders across Europe. Whether as warriors, traders or settlers, the Vikings truly earned their place in world history. If you enjoyed this look at the Viking Age, hit subscribe for more powerful stories that shape civilization.